Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to be back on my Facebook Live series right here on the Pappas Post Facebook page. It's been a while. We've had this thing called a pandemic going on, and I've been forced to do all of my live shows with people in split screens. I'm very, very excited to be live and in person today with our next guest. I'm right here in the fashion district of New York City, right here on 38th Street in the middle of Manhattan, the fashion capital of the world. And I'm here with none other than Sofia Karvela.
Woohoo!
Yeah, the Athens native got her feet wet in the fashion world years ago, working for none other than Patricia Field, assisting with the legendary Stylist during her time with Sex and the City and Younger. Great, great shows. I'm sure you've seen them all. What a great on-the-job training Sofia must have had, but we'll talk about that later. She's recently co-founded a really great line with Fong Ireland, who's also going to make an appearance. It's called Wknd Nation. It's a stylish women's clothing line that's flying off the shelves and being shipped throughout the world. I'm super excited to be here for many reasons. We're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about being a mom. We're going to talk about being an immigrant and a lot of other fun things. Sofia.
Yes, I'm
off
here.
Of your iPhone and get over here.
It's called working.
Welcome.
Hi.
She's working.
Thank you so much for coming here. Shall we hug? We didn't hug last time.
We didn't hug last time.
We hug now.
But full disclosure, we are both vaccinated.
Well, I'm not. I recently had COVID. Let's be real. Sorry. Which makes me safer than all of you
this
guys
is true.
Because my antibodies are out of control.
And I'm vaccinated fully.
Thank you.
So, but we didn't kiss.
We can later.
Okay.
Off screen.
She's crazy.
I am.
I'm sorry. She's crazy. Sofia, I'm really excited to talk to you.
Thank you.
We are getting back to normal here in New York. I'm sure you're excited about that.
I'm never going to be normal, but let's just say New York will, even though it won't.
This is true.
But that's the beauty of it, right?
That is the beauty of this city.
We just keep going,
we
crazy
do.
Or not.
We keep going. Sofia, Wknd Nation is awesome, and that's what we're here to talk about.
I know, it's my third child. I'm very, very
It is
happy.
your third child.
Yes,
we'll talk about your other two children, too.
Gladly.
I really can't wait to talk about that, but first, I want to talk about something else. You're a relatively new New Yorker. I mean, you weren't born here.
I was not born here.
You emigrated here from Athens. You're married to a Greek man.
Yes.
Your mom must be so proud. You've got two wonderful kids. Talk to me, how did you arrive at Wknd Nation? So let's rewind a little bit and talk to me about the evolution.
New York.
Yeah, I want to hear about why.
I grew up half Greece, half London. I never really went to a Greek school, so which is why people sometimes ask me, like, why don't you ever speak Greek? It's funny because I think in English. I moved to London when I was very young. I had a few years in Greece, and then when I was about 17, I moved to New York to study acting. Some of you may remember the Greek community. I did a show in Astoria. And then very quickly realized that I should not be acting. So we had to go to Plan B.
I read a great interview with you where you said, I came to America to become a movie star and realized how horrible I was.
Yeah, it was bad. It was just, it didn't work out. But you know what? Kudos to me for like not trying to do this forever.
This is
I
true.
think if that's, I appreciate the fact that I realized early on that this was not right. So I went to fashion. I started working with Pat, which was an amazing experience. And I fell madly in love with fashion and the industry and the schlep and the grind and the New York vibe, which I mean, I think it's almost like, it's not the most, beautiful and delicate way to kind of live, if you know what I mean. It takes a lot of work, I think, to do anything in the city.
A lot of grit.
A lot of grit. But when you do it, it's really rewarding and it feels amazing. And I think that everything that I've been through, which is a lot of just, when I look back, it was just a constant grind of showing up. People ask me, like, how did you get from here to there? And it was like, that's the magic about New York. I think if you just keep showing up, there is something that you will land at the person that you're meant to be kind of like with in that moment. And you just keep going. I think the focus needs to be there, the need and the want and the love for something. And then things magically kind of start coming,
That's great advice. That's great advice.
So. I think you got to really want
present.
it. Yeah, be present. Show up wherever you can. Certainly do not give up. Don't give in and just keep going. And So I can't. Then I think the fact that I just kept being in this industry and meeting people, I came closer to where I am. To kind of starting my own company a few times, failed miserably. Knew a woman that Michelle Grant, who has an amazing company called Lively, and she introduced me to my now partners and investors, and they were simultaneously talking to another girl who happens now to be my wife, my business partner, Fong. She's here. She's going to come and say hi. And we both had this idea of how we saw comfort and fashion and how we understood it. And she comes from a world of merchandising and really kind of knowing what is in need and the way to run a company really smoothly and properly. So, my creative, her business, and our ability for both to just kind of like understand each other and the need of what's out there right now is how Wknd Nation came about. The name speaks for itself. We wanted to create the weekend state of mind for weekday living, right? It's that concept of comfort gone stylish, which simply means I'm wearing one. It's a jumpsuit, which is not like a loungewear, category necessarily, but I could lounge in it because of the fabric.
So in typical Sofia Karvela fashion, she's already jumped to page 2 of my interview.
Why wouldn't I?
I'm going to bring
People don't have time.
I'm going to bring her back to page 1.
Ugh.
Because I want to know what some of your favorite memories were working with Patricia Field.
I mean,
she's a legend. She's been nominated for an Oscar. Sex and the City, Devil Wears Prada. She is a legend in styling.
I'm so happy that lately, because I've had a lot of interviews and with press, like I get to talk about Pat, and it feels amazing to be able to show that respect and gratitude to her and for her. She does it like no one else. Pat is the epitome of, she does it her way. She has this hunch of what the character needs, what the person needs, and is fearless in kind of bringing it to life. And she taught me how to just trust myself in that, right? It's about giving something life.
So she was a mentor of yours.
And still is to the day.
That's great. It's important to have people like that in your life, but more importantly, I think it's important to identify the right mentors, because I know a lot of people who have wrong mentors and guide them in wrong directions. So you've been lucky, because a mentor-mentee relationship should be double-sided. The mentor selects the mentee, but the mentee needs to feel right with the mentor also.
I know what you mean. It's also trial and error. I think that a lot of times, and I've had advice from people that potentially was not right for me, and I might have gone with it at the time, I don't remember. Somebody said, "You're such a talented actress." And I was like, I know, right? I am. And then it's like, no, that was all wrong. So it wasn't like the straight avenue road of, everything that I received was just so useful. It was just like, I went wrong. Like, I think most of my learning and memories is everything that I did so wrong. Nothing, it's like, that was a moment where, oh my God, this is it. And I succeeded so beautifully. And I learned so much from that. It was most like, oh my God, that sucked. I had to like pivot.
So I think all of these experiences, though, probably led you to the right place and the right time.
Which I consider
to
this
start
to be
Wknd
my
Nation.
halo moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
So what was some specific inspiration behind Wknd Nation? I mean, you
comfort. I believe, I always joke, even though I love fashion, I don't like trends. I don't, I'm not the kind of person that sort of like blindly will say, oh, this is what's in, I'm going to go with it. I believe in personal style, and more so in the ability for people to just, once they feel good in what they wear, I feel like they can do wonderful things. That just applies to everything.
You've corrected me a couple times during our conversations. I've called this a line, a women's clothing line, and you said, no, this is a stylewear brand. What does that mean?
It's a stylewear brand because it's almost like it's a state of mind. Mm-hmm. That's what the Wknd Nation is. It's just... a community, right? A world of women, men. I mean, listen, we want to extend this to children eventually, right, Vaughn? You got to go slow. Business advice. Perfect one thing, move on to the next. But in the sense of there's no real kind of, visual of what Wknd Nation is. It's that feeling that you get when you wear something that you feel really happy and really comfortable in. And we find that this is something that we created on the back end, but it's translated so nicely to, we hear that from our customers. We're very proud to say that, our return rate is extremely low. I say this because this is the thing that makes me mostly proud, you know, that people buy it, they love it, they want to live in it, they want to thrive in it. And I think it's classics with a twist, which is what we always wanted to create, right? A line where people can literally buy the simplest t-shirt, but it has a certain, and we can show it. Right. This is a very simple.
So this is actually, I wanted to talk to you about this
Yeah.
T-shirt and those sweats because I really like something.
The detail.
By the way, I wish you'd make men's stuff because I would wear this.
You can wear it bigger. We go up to double
You know what?
XL.
I want you guys to see this, and since the
It's the
camera
detail.
isn't zooming, I will zoom. Look at the detail. I'm
There
joking.
is a
I'm joking
tuck
with the cameraman
and a
right
roll.
now. Yeah, I mean, there's a tuck and a roll. I mean, just the way this lays off the shoulder is so cool. And quite frankly, I mean, I can't wear this. If the shoulder were a little bit longer for me, I could wear it. But this, like,
Guess
the
what?
shoulder's
You can
too
roll
up.
this up one more time, and you can skip that part.
She doesn't realize that I don't have the arms
No,
to show.
That's I will make you undress. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you wear it later, and I'm going to show your followers how men, and I know men wear it because men buy it.
Oh, I did my research.
Oh, you meant,
I
yes.
saw people on
Yes,
Instagram.
I'm very proud.
And by the
Men
way,
wear
we're
it.
going to put the Instagram links in the comment section. Wknd Nation. It's not WEEK. It's WKND Nation. Instagram is really big for you. We're going to
Yes.
tag Facebook and Instagram. But back to the clothing, because I really, really love this T-shirt.
you.
And we have
It's
a lot
organic.
of others.
It's
It is.
organic
That's
cotton.
important. That's important to me too, and important to a
Yes.
lot of people.
Yes.
So it's organic. It's got this cute little detail, which I absolutely adore. I saw it here when I was here visiting the last time, and I think it's one of your most popular pieces that I've seen online.
It is. We've sold out of a lot of sizes. Also for this, which was shocking and amazing at the same time.
It's my second favorite piece.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it. You know
good.
why? I love it
It's the
because of this.
details.
Look at this. And what's great about the detail, I mean, yeah, this is a piece of sweats, a pair of sweats that you can go to the gym in, and you can look fabulous at the gym, and you can work out. And
We
it's
can
got great
show them
cotton.
on our Instagram. We styled it with like high heels and stuff. I think that's, talk about trends and talk about COVID. I think people really started valuing their comfort. But where Fong and I both kind of agree and feel really strongly about is that human beings still want to go out there and live life. And I think that it feels great to dress up. But maybe people are going to start to see that like dressing up does not mean that you have to sacrifice your comfort, and which is where Wknd Nation is always kind of like, this is what we scream, like, do not sacrifice your comfort. Like, you can still look cool, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, like, and still wear, same piece of clothing that you came out of bed with.
I think a lot of people went through this evolution during the pandemic. Back in March when things shut down, we're moving to a Zoom world, we're having Zoom meetings. We still woke up, got dressed up. I'm talking about the first 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we have Zoom, we got to dress up, we've got to go take a shower, we've got to brush our teeth. Even though we're not having any human contact with anybody. We still did it.
Yeah.
After the 6th day, it was like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to get up, put on my face, throw on a jacket over my wrinkled T-shirt, and have a Zoom.
Not me, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm going to feel good.
But that's
and I'm
what
going
this
to
does.
meditate.
That's what this does. It helps you kind of
strong.
feel good, look good, and.
Do you like my jumpsuit?
I do. I very much.
It's French terry.
Very much.
Can
This
our
is on the
friends see it?
website?
It's launching soon.
Okay.
Pre-orders happening right now.
I want to talk about that because
Can I bring my beautiful little
we will, but just give me one more second.
work wife?
One more
who I'm
second.
staring at.
And we will bring Fong to introduce her.
Everyone loves Fong more than me. I get
so-
a lot of messages about Fong.
You sold out of a lot of stuff
We
when
did.
it first went live.
We did.
What's the feeling like?
It's surreal, but you know what? We're not. You have. It's that's. First of all, you don't want to. You do and you don't. We want people to get. Keep.
Sure. When
getting-
they're ready to buy, they're ready to
Listen,
buy.
We just felt like we were right about a lot of things that we anticipated and felt really strongly about. And I think the feeling of constantly wanting to keep this up never really goes away, meaning that there's this rush and this, not anxiousness, let's call it excitement to keep coming up with things that people are going to love and feel great in. But you also feel quite nice because you're like, okay, people actually love this. Like, it works, We were right.
You're exclusively online. You don't have a bricks and mortar store.
We are exclusively online. We have a pop-up on Saturday. We did one 2 weeks ago, and the reason why we're repeating it, even though we did not have that as an actual concrete plan, is because we sold out again on our pop-up.
That's
we
great.
Had people come by.
So you have a pop-up this Saturday?
We have a pop-up
here in New York City.
Here in New York.
New York City, are you watching?
Oh,
There's
we're
a
gonna
pop-up.
send you info. You guys gotta come and say hi. We have ice cream, jewelry. Corez is joining me.
Oh, nice.
Another amazing Greek,
Nice.
but now American.
Greek power.
Exploding in America. Beauty line, which I love dearly. And yeah, we're going to be doing a meditation class and flower arrangement class
At the pop-up.
At the pop-up. That's very rude.
This
You
is
can't
very
do that.
rude. You're right. It's very embarrassing. I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi off. Oh, but what a coincidence.
Well, since she's coming in, then she's coming. Fawn, come join me. Guess what it is? It's your favorite woman.
It's her
My
mother.
mother.
Her mother is watching us on Facebook.
Here, get in the middle.
Where is she? There she is.
Oh, there with pink hair.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna Banana.
Hi, Anna. So good to see you.
With pink hair. Don't you love it?
Guys,
she always has to steal the thunder.
I wasn't going to tell you, but Sofia's mom is Anna Visi.
Very nice singer.
And here's Anna Visi. She sings some Greek songs every now and then.
She looks so cute today.
Anna,
So funny.
we are...
Hi, how are you, Anna?
Hi, love.
I love your pink hair.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to point you this way so the camera can see you too. I'm going to turn my mic
Why
here.
do you have cameras? What's going on?
We have cameras
I'm so
because
famous.
I am interviewing the more famous person in the family, who is your daughter, soon to be the fashion diva with her partner Fawn
That's
here.
the plan.
We're very excited to be interviewing here on the Pappas Post. And
How nice is that?
I'm very proud of her. We were just talking about her clothes and we were about to introduce Fong, and then you rudely interrupted us, but we won't hold that
Join
against
us
you.
in the conversation.
Sorry.
Anna, I want to know something.
Actually,
Are you not wearing Wknd Nation? Go change. I'm not doing this.
You look great in Wknd Nation. Every time
Where
I
is
see
your
you,
Wknd Nation?
I gave present.
Oh yes, I forgot. Her friend stole it. We went through that. I forgot. You're right.
Yes, and to be honest, I gave it to Despina Van Lee.
Who I love so much.
Okay, Vespina or Anna, who's your favorite?
This is my everything. But Despina, I love Despina. She's an amazing, amazing
I
artist.
only see the wall, though.
I know, because we have the
we
camera
have to
showing,
show
so I've
you
got to keep doing
To
this.
the friends here watching
Because
us.
that camera right there is being viewed by thousands of people. So
I'm so excited.
we're doing this interview with Anna, with Sofia live on the Pappas Post Facebook page.
And I'm so happy. I want to reach my Greek community here in America. And then you magically appeared, and Fong and I were talking about it. I said, "There's so many Greeks. I need to find them.
You do.
They
And
need to
there's a
find
lot-
Wknd Nation,
a
and
lot here in New
I
York.
want to dress all of them.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect opportunity to like connect.
Anna, are you proud of your daughter?
What a question is that? Come on, change it. This is too little to ask.
It is. You're right.
I'm thrilled with what she's come up to. And I know her and Fong, they have been working on that, sacrificing so many things from, psychological, the strength, all these past 2 years that we've been through. And it's amazing what they've come out with. And I'm so proud of her, of them.
We need my love.
And I was actually one of the first Greeks who bought. I literally bought some clothes, and I was waiting for a month.
Oh yeah,
to
it
get
takes a
here.
minute. So if you guys are
So we have
listening and
to-
you know about customs and you're Greek and you want to solve this
I know.
big issue for us, call Pappas and he'll put us in touch.
Well, one of the great things, Anna, that I was talking to Sofia about was that her clothing is organic. It's ethical. We haven't spoken about this yet, but I understand it's not made in China, which is a big thing right now. Where is it made?
In the Philippines and in
Egypt.
In Egypt.
In Egypt.
And
I
so
mean,
our investor owns the factories, so we know the people who work
Very
in the
ethical,
factories,
very
who
well
run
done.
them, and so it's a family business, and we know exactly what's going on in there, and everyone it's fully.
yeah, I think that's
We're
important,
gonna
and
go
I think
soon,
that
as soon as we can.
says a
It's
lot
like
about
family
your.
run.
It says a lot about your ideals too, as business people, because you could have very easily designed these great designs, thrown them off to China, and make them for pennies on the dollar. But you guys have chosen.
No, we're not doing that.
I know, and that says a lot about you guys as business people.
It's a thoughtful business. And I have to thank
Yes.
her for this because I tend to be a little bit on the rushed side. Because the creative in me is like, I want it like that. She fought for this so hard, and we're trying to be 100% sustainable, almost there. But I gotta give this to Fawn because it was like, we have to be very thoughtful and very ethical on how we do business. So that's something that's
Yes.
like, it's easy to lose track and say, well, I want it because it looks good, I want it that way. But it's also very, very satisfying when you're able to satisfy, again, your creative needs and still, be mindful of the world that we live in, right? And our future.
Well, I spent my career working at a lot of big brands like Victoria's Secret and American Eagle, and I see what happens in those big companies where it's about profit, it's about making money, which
We all need to.
We all need to. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that if we're not building it in a responsible way, it's not scalable, and it's not going to make us feel good about ourselves
No.
at the
That's
end
great.
of the day.
Yeah.
And can I say something about Sofia that I know very well? She's been always about quality. I mean, I have so many clothes here at home, and all these years she doesn't touch most of them because she doesn't like the fabric, or she doesn't,
being a
she
snob.
wants everything
hope
to
that
be
did you?
very nice,
Didn't say that.
touchy and very. So she's truthful in what she says, and I can guarantee you that. And
We're
actually
style obsessives.
Yes, their line is about that. It is comfy, it is stylish, but at the same time, it's so much. There's so much quality in how they made the clothes and what fabric they used. And I've been following the procedure too, and not in a nice way, because every time I used to call her, I can't talk to you right now, I'm choosing this. Now I'm on the model, making this. So I've experienced that, and I'm sure they're gonna do really well, because people.
Uh-oh.
She froze.
She froze at the most important part about people.
You froze at the most important part. We heard people and you froze. Say it
Am I
again.
froze now?
Now you're
Yes,
unfrozen.
anti-froze.
We hear you now.
Anti-freeze. Freeze?
So I was
Freeze,
telling
froze.
that especially these times that we live or experience, people are looking for quality. They're not looking just to buy anything. Of course, they care not to be expensive, and the girls are not expensive. I mean, the Wknd Nation, it's not really expensive. It's actually cheap.
I think we're fair price.
What it offers. It's actually cheap for what it offers, and that's a very, very good deal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anna, thank you for calling. Thank you for interrupting us. I appreciate the time.
To talk about something else, but it's okay. When are you going to bring me in New York?
Well,
I want to be there.
That's what I was going to ask you. When are you coming to New York? I think a lot of people want to know.
Flight lately? Any direct flights?
I think there are some direct flights starting. Maybe we should talk about that. After I finish with
Can
Sofia,
I jump on board too?
Yeah.
do you want to see your mother? When was the last time you saw her live?
In August,
So
before I
it's
left.
been almost a year.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been tough on the grandkids, I'm sure.
No, they're fine. They're chill.
Did you
They
see her?
They don't even miss me. I'm like, honey, did you miss me today? I'm like, no. Well, you're here.
Anna, we love you very
I
much.
miss her.
I want to get back to talking to Sofia and Fong.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg, for
Thank you,
meeting
mommy.
the
I'll
girls.
talk to you in a week. Love you.
And yes, and bye to all the Greeks that are
Here, say
watching.
goodbye to all the Greeks watching.
Greek Cypriots.
Yes, we love.
And everybody who loves Greece. They're all coming here, baby, in the summer.
Yes.
Best place on earth.
Pop up in Greece for Wknd Nation too. We're gonna do it, right, guys?
Yes, let's do it, yes.
Thank you,
Bye,
Anna.
guys.
Φιλάκια πολλά.
Bye,
We'll
mommy,
talk
I love
soon.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, lovely.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, that's so cute. She's the best.
Well, that was a crazy
Oh, please. Your
intrusion.
acting is just as good as mine, but I love it.
Listen,
She's the best.
We did have it set up for her to call. You didn't know that, but I think it's important to know that she's extremely proud of you. We need that in life. We all need the affirmation
Yes.
from our loved ones. Affirmation is something that, I don't know about you guys, and I'm happy to look at your comments later. We're not too good at that as Greeks. I grew up in a Greek immigrant home, and I remember, I mean, don't get me wrong, my parents loved me and embraced me and just were wonderful. But it's like, look, Mom, I got 5 A's and a B.
Yeah, why'd you get the B?
Why'd you get the B? Or, look, Mom, I just got this role in the class play. Well, is it the lead? Like,
yes.
It was just never enough.
I think they just want the best for us.
I didn't realize that Asians and Greeks were so much alike. And I think maybe it's also the immigrant experience, right? Because like your parents are probably immigrants and they come here and they want so much for you, and so nothing's really good enough, right?
Yep. You same background, immigrant experience?
Yeah, I wasn't born here. I was born in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are an immigrant too. So this company is founded by 2 immigrants. I love it. So let's talk more about the company now that we have the business side of things. We've got the creative side of things and the business.
She runs the show there.
Which I think, by the way, too, is just as important. You have to know.
It's not just as important. It's probably more important because you can have a great creative, and if you can't run the business.
Well, but that's my point. My point that I was going to say is it's important to know what you're good at and stick to it.
Yes.
And it's just as important to know what you're not good at.
And what you
and
need.
you release that and you let it go and you give it to somebody that I know too many people in this hustle world that want to do marketing, want to do social media, want to do branding, and they're all doing everything. And I said, guys, slow down, do what you're good at and share the wealth. Pass the branding to the branding experts, pass the styling to the styling
100%.
experts.
And it's a process too, right? We're both starting a company for the first time, and you know kind of what you're good at, but like you don't really fully understand your skill set for starting a business. And so we had to discover that about ourselves and about each other, like throughout the whole process, while we were doing it remotely, because we didn't see each other for the first 6 months of
I was in Florida, and Fong was out east with her family.
Wow. So how are we going to make Wknd Nation, with your help, a household name in America? I mean, I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud that this company was founded not just by 1 immigrant, but by 2 immigrants. Immigrants make America great.
Yep.
How are we going to make Wknd Nation a household name? What are your next steps? What are you doing? I mean, talk to me about the business plan. Yeah. Are you looking to grow? Are you looking for investors? I mean, just lay it all out, because we have a lot of people watching, and I'm sure they want to buy your stuff. Maybe somebody wants to invest in your company, but I want to hear what your next steps are.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing for us is what we're doing right now, creating a community, right? So we have, our brand stands for comfort. It stands for feeling good in your own skin, and we want to build a community of people with you guys, with our ambassadors, with our influencers.
We have a great ambassador program.
Yeah. Please go on our website and
very
sign up
good
to be an
ambassador program.
But we really want to kind of talk about that brand and have people join our community who really believe in those values. And so that's the first step. That's the most important step, right? Like getting our message out and really
just keep on passing it on, and we've done it organically so far, and it's worked.
Instagram, Facebook,
email.
We have an amazing mailing list, and great perks and great updates, great new drops, because it goes by fast. So I think that it's just about for people. Once people know about us, we feel like they're friends.
And we're doing that. We're doing that online, but we're also doing it IRL in real life through our pop-ups.
Yeah.
So Sophia talked about how we did a pop-up a few weeks ago, and then we're doing another one on Saturday.
Oh, we want people, because a lot of people are like, wait, in all over like America.
Yes.
Yep.
So
tell us where you want us.
Yes, we're taking Wknd Nation on the road this summer.
Yes.
So we'll be throughout the Northeast, the New York metro area, as well as in Texas and LA. and potentially Chicago.
Chicago, right?
Yeah, we have a
need to be in
lot of
Chicago, a
followers
lot
in
of
Chicago. So basically, you're looking.
Any good spots, you guys?
Yeah, you need
Send us.
coffee shops, bars, restaurants,
don't
hip
have to
places,
be-
art
Yes,
galleries.
Yes, we are not
festivals.
looking. Yes, like we just want to be around people. You know, we love that. We just want to connect.
and potentially even Mykonos.
Mykonos!
We just decided that last week.
I think we should do a pop-up at Jackie O.
We are most likely.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we just want to get
Big
out there
party.
and meet people and have people touch and feel our products.
It makes
and
a
meet-
difference.
And meet us and have, listen to us talk about the brand and Sofia's amazing vision for the designs and how she styles everything to make everyone feel and look good. I think that's the big growth potential for us.
And your business plan. What's the model? What's the future? Where do you want to see the company in a year, in 3 years, in 5 years? How do we get to that household name
Down Fifth
status?
Ave.
So we're
Fifth Avenue, exactly.
So, we're building our online presence. If you come visit our website, www.wkndnation.com, we've built a beautiful website that's super user friendly, that really, I think, tells the story of our brand really well. And I think really growing our online community and then adding on these pop-ups, potentially even kind of permanent physical locations. That's where we want to go next, is really kind of be able to build stores that bring to life this brand experience. That's what we want to do before we go into wholesale, because we want to be able to really control the brand and the brand's message.
Yes.
Sure.
And I think that's really going to be kind of our
And you guys just have financing in place. You're doing well there. You're looking for
we
more.
have-
What's the status?
We have investors who have been with us from the very beginning. They're amazing partners, both from a financial point of view, but they're also help us with our supply chain. They kind of help us emotionally.
They've done this before. They've done it very well. Very successful business.
Yeah, and
men.
so they've helped us with our first round of funding. We will probably go out for a second round, within the next 8 to 10 months. I think right now we're just going to focus on building the business.
Yep.
And then, when it comes time for that, we'll look for additional funding.
We're starting to talk to people, so if you guys have any good ideas, reach
So
out.
we will be responding to your comments. There's thousands of people watching right now. We obviously can't be on our computers responding right away, but once we finish with the live broadcast, Sofia, Fong, and I will be on the Facebook page
And we will send
responding.
our emails too for people to reach out with any questions on the garments.
Yeah, but
and
we
the
want to hear
company
about your
and-
ideas for pop-ups.
Yes, please,
Chicago,
let us
LA,
know.
San Francisco, big cities.
Ambassadors, we want our girls to come and hang out with us.
And we want them to show up with their Greek flags because we're super proud.
we love.
So, and on that note, I'm going to end with a question that I've been dying to ask Sofia, because I think a lot of you, now that you know who her mother is, and father too, want to know, what was it like growing up having a mother who is the most famous woman in Greece? I mean, regardless of whether you listen to pop music or not, clearly the name Anna Visi, even my grandmother, who died at 90, knew who Anna Visi was. So whether or not they listened to her music, Anna Visi has been part of Greek popular culture, and I don't mean pop music culture, popular culture. She's been a subject of television shows. She's been a subject of jokes, late nights, etc. Everybody knows her. There isn't a Greek alive. What was it like being Anna's daughter? And even now, what's great is that you've built this business without being Anna's daughter. You've built this business on Sofia's creativity and Fong's business acumen, which is great.
Yes.
But what was it like growing up as Anna Visi's daughter?
I'm going to be really honest. So I wasn't Anna Visi's daughter. I was my mother's daughter. Like, you have a mom, right?
Of course.
You have a mom. You have mothers. I mean, she was my mommy. We all mess up. I'm sure my kids are going to turn around and tell me I sucked because I screamed too much in that moment. I didn't grow up with Anna Visi. I grew up with my mommy.
So being the subject of blogs.
It wasn't my mom. You see, that is society. It's not my mother. So did society screw me up a little bit? Sure. Did they intentionally do it? Probably not. They wanted to sell tabloids, which I understand. I want to sell clothes. I'm not going to go to that extent to be, too nosy or too spiteful at times. That's just not my style. But could I be honest? I don't care anymore. I'm here. I started from below zero, went to zero. Like, it's been slow and it's been hard and it's been horribly, like, I've doubted myself and, you know, growing up with that, because she has this talent, and my father also, that they were born with. I wasn't. You know, my thing was more like I started developing it slowly throughout my life. And I messed up a lot, and I realized what I sucked in before I realized what I could potentially be good at. And it's still a struggle, right? Kind of like learning things and progressing. So the part was like, oh my God, I came from two, not one person, that was like magical, right? And kind of coming to terms with that as a young girl was very hard for me and intimidating. And I talk a lot about my sobriety. I'm 13 years sober. I went through a really rough patch of where I like couldn't figure it out. Like, where do I belong in all this? But that had nothing to do with my mother as a mother. She was wonderful, and I never doubted the love. And, you know, she's magical. Like, I get to have that. So I go in, when I watch her perform, she's Anavisa, she's not my mom. Then we go off, and I'll be like, stop calling me. You know, like, she's a mom. So I don't have that relation. Like, it's not the outside. It's just the mom-daughter relationship with all that it entails. As I said, the rest of it was a society thing, which I got out very young. I moved here, as I said, very young, and I got away with it and from it, and I still don't really go there because this is better for my soul. I'd rather be treated like shit and like schlep with 1,000 bags on the subway and my 2 babies rather than be there and have it easy. I don't like it easy.
By the way, a shout out to Nicola and Nestora, her 2 babies, who are absolutely adorable.
She has 2 babies too, same age.
You have 2 babies too,
Yeah.
same age.
Oh, Lucy and James.
That's great. Moms, immigrants, business women, creative women. I mean, it's crazy. Guys, I'm here with Sofia and Fong, the co-founders of Wknd Nation. It's a very exciting women's brand. It's a stylewear brand. Don't call it a fashion line like I did, because she corrected me.
I like that. It's just so easy. It's like stylish, comfort, easy
I like
wear,
it. I like it. It's the stylewear brand.
Stylewear brand.
As I said, impossible to be doing a live broadcast and responding to all of your questions and comments. Sofia, Fong, and I will be on the video shortly. We'll reach out. We need pop-up ideas for them throughout the country. We want you to join the mailing list. We want you to follow them on Instagram. We're very proud of this brand because it was started right here in the heart of New York City by 2 amazing immigrant women. Thank you very much for following the Pappas Post. Next Thursday, I will be live with Her Excellency Ambassador Alexandra Papadopoulou, the Greek ambassador to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
We will be talking about the grand opening of Greece, how Greece is welcoming thousands and thousands of American visitors a day with 9 nonstop daily flights from the United States, and she'll be answering all of your questions. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you
for
guys.
watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.